Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello. It is I, Trooper SJP, taker of a cold shower. Yeah, you know, Levi, so it's the name game. Come on, everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I feature it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say Bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and foe. And then I say the name again with an F very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Krellin, 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 Bobellin, Banana, Fana, Fofelin, Fee, Fi, Momelin, Krellin, the melon felon. Thank you so much for that resub. Krellin says, apparently sub day comes a week before I actually resub, but whatever. Now's the time on Troopers where he sings, touch the monkey, feed my monkey, love my monkey. I'm Dita. But also, thank you, Rissa, for those bits. Is that a unicorn on those bits? I feel like it is, right? Yes, I feel like it's a... I feel like... Also, thank you for the new emote. Those are some bits. I'm gonna tell you all what happened this morning. Because I'm very excited, we're gonna do the bits with the megaphone. We're gonna sing, We're in the Money, as sung by Ginger Rogers from the film Gold Diggers of 1933, which means in Pig Latin, and so... Irway and hey, the anime. Irway and hey, the anime. Eve way at gale up way of way at way it wakes to take gale on way oh. Irway and hey, the anime. Either I skaze or ani say. Oh man, the aviation pray, we are a you are stand way on rayo. Eva every eat bread lands lay, way at brands lay, day. And when we see the end, Lord will look at the eye, get right in the eye. We're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Ah, I love that. That's so good. Ooh, hey, Rissa. That is, I look like I'm still live to me. I'm not frozen to me. I'm just saying, I'm not frozen. So, I'm so sorry for the insanely late start. I couldn't help it and I couldn't tell you about it because I had no power. I, woke up and I was like, what's going on? Oh, good, you're back. Yeah, so I woke up and I woke up like late because my alarm didn't go off and I was like, that's weird. And I was like, okay, well, what's going on? No power. And I was like, well, I've got things to do at noon. And I woke up at like 11 and I was like, well, this is bad. So I was like, well, I'm sure it'll like start back up. So I wanted to check my email to see whether or not there was a planned power outage, but I couldn't tell because, because I couldn't check my email because my phone had died because my phone was basically empty and I plugged it in, but then did not charge. And then, so I was like, well, let me see what I can do. So I took a cold shower, which was miserable, and I did not enjoy that because I don't like cold showers. So I took a cold shower, got dressed, and I was like, all right, let's see what we can do. And I realized how much of my life is electronic. I was like, I can't do any reading because the reading I needed to do was all on the computer. And I was like, oh, I can't do a lot without electricity. But it came back and I was able to start, but I started way too late. I'm sorry about that. But and the thing is, they always forget to email me about these things. Like, I am a person who lives here, and I think they have an email list for students, and I think they tell the students about things, but they don't tell me about things. Everyone forgets. Well, you know what, though? Here's the thing. It's not even going to be an issue, because I am going to be moving out of this place this summer, so this is never going to happen again. No, Krellin, it's true. They do a lot of things they don't tell me about. Yeah, they do. You did something on the way home from the supermarket. What did you do, Ice Bunny? That's why I get... Yeah, no, it's true. But the thing is, what I wanted to read is Fate just came out with their new condensed, Fate Condensed, which is like Fate Core 4.5, and it's everything condensed down to 50 pages. I told you about it, and I wanted to read that. I just hadn't printed it out, so now it's like, oh, awkward. I had the same experience when the power went out here 5 seconds before work calls was... Ooh, Rissa, that's bad. Oh no. Yeah, I'm out of here. My goal is to move July 1st. I have to find somewhere to live, and take things to storage. Like, I've got furniture now. I basically, most of my life, I never had furniture, except for a bed and a desk and like bookshelves, of course. But like, I didn't really have furniture, but now I have like a table, and that will probably not be coming with me. So I imagine, or maybe I will. Maybe I'll actually just, I don't know. We'll see. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with my furniture if I don't bring it with me. But I definitely will not be bringing my futon with me, because I won't need that. That'll just be all. I will work it out. Landline phones work when the power is out. This, and via VoIP phones, not so much. Yeah. What thinking did you do, Ice Bunny? Any chance you bring a power outage tomorrow? Checking. Oh no, I checked. They said no. It looks like it was only today that they wanted to, I don't know, reboot our, because we have a power system on campus, and I think they wanted to reboot our generators. I don't know what they were doing. But yeah, this is it's true. So this is a website called Skodos. You probably can't see it. Ooh, there it is. Build worlds, tell stories, skodos.net, which was, this is a very old website, which still exists. It's a lot of play-by-post sort of stuff, but this is like their GM t-shirt, right? So you're the GM, so you are, right, it's my GM t-shirt. That's all. Yeah, so I think we're good for tomorrow. They don't do, they do this more often than I want, but they don't do it. Can I tell you the worst, Squirrel? I don't know if I told you this story before, all of y'all, but the worst experience of them not telling me things ahead of time was my first year working as the scholar in residence, and it was the summer, and the entire hall is empty except for me and the residential director. And we were like, we were living in the dorm. There were just the two of us. And one morning I wake up and it's like a beautiful morning. I woke up at like 10. I got like full amount of sleep. I take a nice shower. I have breakfast. I get dressed and I think I'm going to go outside and go and do my research at a cafe. And so I walk out of my little apartment in the dorm, and the entire hallway is covered in plastic. Like, just, like in movies. You know what I mean? Like E.T. or whatever, where like the entire place is like covered in plastic. Like ceiling, walls, floors. It's like you walked into like a, you know what I mean, right? So I walk out of my door, and like it's just plastic everywhere. And I'm like, what is this? And then I see a guy in a hazmat suit, like full suit, walk into the hallway, and he looks at me and I look at him, and I'm like, what kind of sci-fi movie have I walked into? And he looks at me and he's like, who are you? And what are you doing here? And I was like, I live here. This is the apartment that I live in, right here. And then he says to me, we weren't told that anybody lived here. We were told the entire building was empty over the summer. And I was like, well, it's not. I live here, and also someone else lives right down there. And they tell me that they're basically doing asbestos removal and no one can be in the building because they're removing all the asbestos. And I was like, well, nobody told me this. Like, I was not aware there was asbestos removal. Nobody told me. And they're like, yeah, you can't be here. And I was like, where am I supposed to? I'm like, for how long? They're like, a couple of days. And I was like, where am I supposed to sleep at this short notice? Anyway, what they do is they phone calls are made, and they say they can get the section that I live in done that day. I just had to be gone for like 16 hours. I was just gone for 16 hours. I came back, I could go to sleep. But like, what I'm trying to tell you is they were doing asbestos removal in a place where I was living and didn't think to tell me. So this has happened regularly. That was the worst. Like, that was the worst example of them not telling me things I really should know. But yeah. Like, that was bad. Like, I think that was the worst experience I had on that one. Most of the time, it's just them doing power outages without telling me, internet outages without telling me. Sometimes they just, is your university doing racism? No, I just think they are really bad at communication. Atomica! I think they're really bad at communication. And the other really good example, which happened last summer, this was really bad. This was not as bad as the asbestos, because that could kill you, right? But this was bad. They had this, they rented the hall. Oh, I think you know a little bit of it, because they rented the hall to some like international students. Yeah, chronic lung condition is like really awful. They rented the hall to some international high school students. It was like the last summer when people were being really loud. And also my power, remember last summer my power was going out all the time? It was like, regularly was having power outages because they had rented the hall to these high school students but it was the summer and it was really hot, and so they all plugged in these like fans, and it just caused all the power to blow all the time. It was terrible. Anyway, so I was gonna have some friends over, and my friends come, and we were told that I could not have friends over to my apartment because the only people who could be in this building are people who had those police background checks because there were underage students in the building. And I was like, I have not had that background check for you all because I live here and I think I can have friends over. Anyway, they were trying to tell me that I could not have friends over. I had a conversation with some people about that and that was reversed, but it was ridiculous. It was a bunch of ridiculousness. Anyway, we're gonna just put the game up. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just put the game up so that while we chat, we can have a bit of a game going. Anyway, so I'm sorry about the super late load. It was... Hey, Volus! Hello. I'm sorry about the super late start time. I was very frustrated, and I was a little panicked because I was like, well... When is the power gonna come back? No games, only talking. Complain about more inequities. I can do both. Anyway, it has thrown off because I had a bunch of stuff to do this morning, and it threw off my timing a little bit. But you know, we will work it out. What I want to tell you, I need. What do I need? Oof. I have got so much stuff I've got to do for the French Resistance, and I want to do it today. Norway calling. Hey, Takarash. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm currently drinking a protein shake right now because, again, my power was out. I was like, okay, I can make a protein shake. That's fine. So I've got a protein shake, and once I finish, I'm going to have another meal. I'm going to get all three of my meals in today, and this one won't count as one. This is just going to tide me over until I'm done. So I'm on it. I'm telling you, I'm going to eat, because I went grocery shopping yesterday. And I have new food. I have to cook some stuff, but nonetheless, I'm going to have all of a mysterious stranger threatens our way of life, the destruction of the Emerald Vale, terror on the frontier. No, I did not see your thoughts. Let me get them. Worked out, Trooper. Must have told Alexa to shut up without remembering, and woke up at 12:50 upset that I missed. Oh, well then it worked out fine. All right, Ice Bunny says, and well, the AOA cannot threaten me because I want to move out, and the building I would love to move to is first finished in 21. So I thought maybe finishing the MA in 2 is maybe okay. Yeah, you can finish the MA. Yeah. You get different loading screens if you don't doom an entire town to starvation. That's really interesting, Krellin. That's really interesting.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm.
Let's just chat with him.
Now, or you'll parley with the king.
I would love to parley with the king.
This guy's crazy, even by my standards.
Kulan! Kulan! So I'm going to get all 3 of my meals in today, and if things work out well for me, I will also get my workout in today, but we will see. We will see. I hope so. I hope that I will. First off, I don't have to kill everybody, so that's nice. Yeah, I think I'll just parlay. I'm going to just take these things while we're here, and I'll loot this body right in front of you, also right here. That's cool, right? Are we good? Awesome. How are you?
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill.
You've got some sideburns.
Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
You're gonna relax?
Burning to death is one of the most painful ways to go, just in case you needed a reason to get us out of this.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
There was something that I thought was, I would just learn something. I learned something really interesting from one of my one of my grad students, actually, that apparently if you have to choose between being crucified or being burned at the stake, you should go with burned at the stake, because apparently being burned at the stake is way less painful than being crucified, because apparently when you're burned at the stake, it hurts real bad for about 10 seconds, but then your nerve endings are burned off and also you pass out. So like, it's really, really, really bad for a while, but not that long, and then you're done. Because then you just won't feel it. But if you're crucified, that just like is long, long, long drawn out, and then you basically suffocate, and it's terrible. Who did they interview for this study, and what are your grad students doing on the weekends? So apparently grad students, they learn about these things somehow. And they cannot scare me with bitching me out of my home. Only downside is no furniture shopping for me this year. And I don't know if I should empty and purge. You should not empty and purge. Right? So wait, are you not moving? Have you decided not to move yet? Let's see. Put that down before you incinerate the entire deck. You're only getting out of this level if you play nice. I was just exploring this ship and stumbled on this level. If it's something personal, I'll just be going. We're gonna just say, we're gonna persuade.
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me.
Oh,
Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
Thanks, I suppose. I'm here for some parts June Lay sent me.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Yeah.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back with the crew.
Yeah, so can I grab the part then?
You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that.
I'm just gonna lie. Those parts are leaking deadly toxins. I'll just come back after you're dead. It's cool.
Under its skin, this ship is all poison and darkness. Lead bones, asbestos muscle.
This person, man.
Maybe you're right.
I am.
You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the parts. My crew won't get in your way.
Should I ask more? I'm not sure because I saw this Dream 2 room in a new development and they're building the building. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, McCred also has asbestos problems. There was something else.
Lay it on me, boss. I'm good for it.
I saw your letter from Rizzo. Galactic Mushroom sounds like a great beverage.
They rejected it again, didn't they?
Yeah.
I thought I could take my
I do love him.
garden and go corporate, you know? Damn. Maybe I'm better off.
Carla says, he's a rebel hipster.
Rizzos wouldn't know innovation if it bit him on their backsides.
Yeah.
You're a natural inventor, Mr. McRed. Don't let him get you down.
Kind of you to say, engine gal. You're a lighter in dark times.
Carlin says, he's a rebel hipster. How can your character not love him? My character does love him. My character doesn't want to be murdered by him, but you know, we've got a rebel hipster vibe going on together. Volus says, I think those sideburns belong to some poor victim and our punk super glue them to his face. Yeah, I'm concerned about that. Let's see. How did you end up back here?
Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt while we were grounded, and my baby got sold to Sublight. Scrapped for parts. That's bureaucracy for you. Piracy with a smile.
That sounds a lot like what happened to me. Empathy.
Am I your dark reflection? Shit, must be getting old. Stay here too long, and the groundbreaker drains you like a fuel tank.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
You can come and go in my little kingdom.
All right.
Just try not to piss off any of the gestures.
Sure. So here's the thing. There's a bounty on this guy's head, but I don't feel like killing him. That just feels very aggressive.
Something on your mind?
Hey, if we're going to work together, I'd like to know more about you. Tell me something.
I'm a surgeon by training and a pirate by inclination.
That's cool.
Not much else to know, Captain. I like long walks on the promenade and the smell of Spacer's Corona. I make a mean zero-G cocktail and I've got a meaner right hook.
Well, all those things sound awesome. You can go through the dialogue. You can non-lethally... Oh, can I? Oh, okay. All right, so then then I can talk to him about it because, you know, I don't want to kill him. I like him. He's a rebel. He's a hipster rebel. What's a zero-G cocktail?
It's a mix of whatever you've got on hand. Usually zero-G brew with some Spectrum vodka if you're lucky. Purple berry shake if you're not.
Inventive. I like it.
I'll make you one sometime. If you don't enjoy it, I'll make a few more until you do.
You know, I understand you. I knew you at one point in time. Hey, do you have much experience contracting out with other captains?
Sure do. Some of it was even legal.
You weren't joking about being a pirate.
What gave it away? It's the hair, right? Or maybe the ammo belt? I had it custom made.
Is there like a pirate-specific ammo belt? Wait. You want to look like a pirate?
Gotta advertise your business somehow.
No, that's fair.
I've done all types of work with all kinds of crews. If there's one thing you ought to know...
I like her too.
It's that I won't tell you your business. Your ship, your way.
She is flagging. Levi's like, she's just flagging. I keep things above board. I hope that won't be a problem. I clearly do not keep things above board. I'm a rebel hipster who's like, damn the man. I do what I want. I'm just gonna pickpocket some people. Oh, as long as you know, I've never been much of a rule follower. We're gonna say that. Felix and Ellie are gonna be Trooper's favorite allies. Ooh, I need to know about Felix.
Makes two of us, Captain.
Sweet. I was hoping to know something more personal about you.
Well, my blood type is AB positive.
Oh,
I'm a Leo, and I despise Space Hospital.
Fair.
Never mind what anyone else tries to tell you.
Oh, I will take that.
About covers it.
Where are you from? How'd you get in this line of work?
Oh, come on. That stuff's boring.
You're deflecting.
Look, the thing I've learned about living in close quarters is that you've got to give people room to breathe. I'm all for making a few bits together and having fun doing it, but let's keep a little professional distance.
Fair enough, but I'll come back.
No complaints here.
All right, let's go. Space pirates should talk like English farmers, in my humble opinion. So we just did, you know what? We're gonna talk to him again, but after we get the parts.
When I look at you, all I see is light.
Are you carbon monoxide poisoning? Hey, a medical drone. Sweet. So what I'm trying to tell you is...
Smells like burning meat and bad hygiene.
Probably because burning me in bad hygiene. So apparently I can't just take things from here because that's illegal. But I don't see why it should be. It's fine. Lord of the Rings theory of accents, Wallace. I want to hear more about this theory of accents. Ooh. Let's go in here. What's in here? Well, this would also be stealing, but I feel like nobody can see me. The hipster rebels, only hipster rebels can have it. It's true, only hipster rebels. Yeah, I feel like Ellie's gonna be my buddy. Also, I'm not gonna steal their stuff in front of their faces because I feel like that's like super obvious. Also, if there's another engineer, I should probably save them. Right? Because that seems like a thing I should do. If there's an engineer still alive, I don't... Hey, what's up here? You know, I'm just gonna, just checking things out. I want to get the lay of the land. And I imagine this particular level is all about, is being constructed so that you can, if you're in combat, right? That's like an interesting
Bullshit.
combat space.
It's all open-faced pasta.
You've been getting into the boss's special stash again, haven't you?
Hi, I'm just here for some parts. Hello, outlaw. I'm not meaning to get in your way, but you know,
Boss says you're all right.
I am all right. I've got really good sideburns. I think this is actually maybe the important thing to note, that I don't feel like stealing from them. I feel like stealing from the man, but I don't feel like stealing from them. So I'm not gonna. I just want you to know that there's all sorts of stuff here, but I just don't feel like stealing from them. Because
Yume's gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
they're just fellow rebels.
Nice and easy.
So I'm not gonna steal from them. Although I could steal this from them, because that's just right here in my face. I might be thinking the wrong books, but I think the accents Tolkien used were just how folks talked in little isolated communities around England. Oh. Are you okay? I worry about them sometimes. So, I feel like there's probably more mysterious stuff here to... Yeah, there's clearly more stuff here. So, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We are going to fully explore the back bays. That's just a thing. Because I want to, you know... Oh, soup! Wait, come on, what kind of soup? I'm just curious as to the... Oh, what's all this?
Find a new friend. Backside still smarts.
What is all this?
Nope. Your ass is a priceless canvas now that it's home to an original McRed.
I guess I'm honored.
What is this?
Live free, die free. Nothing else matters.
Okay. People hanging out here that I will not steal from. What is all this? Is this food? Also, what kind of soup? Combat drone. They've got a nice setup here. Again, I'm not going to steal any of their stuff in front of their faces. They're just trying to make do. But abrasives, fluorides, antibacterial agents. Who ate my lunch? Huh. Free lunch equals best lunch. Yeah, I suppose. Look, I'm gonna go and just check out a couple. Like, look, if there are engineers, I should probably save them. It's my thought.
It's so cozy.
I suppose. I was thinking about sci-fi and fantasy, right, as genres, looking back and looking forward. Well, if we're here, we might as well just steal a plasma rifle. If we're here. Because, I mean, we're basically not stealing from them mostly, but every once in a while, a thing or two might just, like, find its way into our pockets. So I was thinking about sci-fi and fantasy, and I was thinking about the ways in which I think fantasy can end up being quite conservative. It doesn't have to be, though, but I think it often ends up being quite conservative. Am I saying that it's not stealing if I don't get caught? Oh, no, it's still, what do you think these things are, by the way? They look like transporter pads, but I don't think they are. So, what's all this? Cops didn't see it. I didn't do it. Oh, robots charge up on those. Oh. I'm not gonna steal, like, oh, look at all this stuff in here. Like, this is very exciting stuff. But, here, who are you? Oh. Private Letty Dixon. Yeah, no, it's true.
First person I've seen who talked their way past McRed. It may not sound like much, but take my word for it. Wow.
Krellin says, fantasy is very enamored of restoring the rightful heir to the throne. Yeah, sometimes sci-fi is too. It's interesting, right? Because I was just reading a tweet from someone who was like, oh, like maybe fantasy is just not a genre for me. It was like describing some stuff that was like kind of gross. And I was like, just read some different fantasy. But I do think that there is a dearth of fantasy that is not sort of, you know, about in many ways conserving the status quo, which is weird, right? Because it's fantasy. You could have, but then, oh, so this is what I was thinking. This is what I want to say. I was like, I want to say this. This is the thing it's fantasy, right? So you could have anything you want in a fantasy. But then I realize it's like often the same fantasy about you starting from nothing and then becoming beloved of the power structure. And I was like, yeah. Nonsense, restore the wrongful heir to the throne. Fantasy dystopia, ahoy. And so I just think there's something interesting about, let's have different fantasies. Like, that would be interesting. I suppose people imagine sci-fi as being more progressive, although, as Krellin points out, sometimes it is not. Especially space fantasy. You know what I mean? Anyway, Vola says, no matter how much time passes, there will always be one person in office who eats the labeled food or microwave fish. Yes, Volas, and that's the worst. What brings you to the back bays?
Junlei sent me down to collect the parts we need to fix the radiators. McRed got me all distracted sucking fumes and talking about the cosmos.
Oh.
Just take some level head for the hangover. And maybe don't work on anything life support related for a while.
Oh.
I can't tell if you brought friends or if I'm still seeing things.
Oh.
So maybe I ought to lay off the fumes and head back to work.
Yeah. I grabbed some radiator parts. Engineering, could you help installing them?
I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger.
No worries. That was pretty easy. I just convinced her to leave, and she did. Well, now she's running around like a... Are you okay? This is what happens when you suck fumes. Like, it's bad. Like, bad things happen to you. But we're gonna leave. Where's my fantasy democracy created by regular castings of Rary's telepathic bond to create a hive mind to reach consensus? See, that would be interesting too, right? Like, I feel like you could do that. And so I think it would be interesting to just, you know, get a little bit more, just some different things. That's all. Let's save. We're gonna save. We're just saving right now. Yes. I actually started watching Orville, surprisingly good sci-fi. Really? Oh. The advertising for it was not great. I was not pleased with the advertising at all. Welcome back, Ice Bunny.
What brings you to my little moonlight kingdom?
Plays with a lot of Trooper, but turns a bunch of them on their head of tropes. Atomica, you meant tropes, not Trooper. I mean, it could play with me. It's fine. There could be a whole entire show about. So here was what I wanted to say something in live. I'm gonna ask.
Listen to the fire of those convictions. This one's hungry for justice.
I'm not really.
Alive or dead? Rare or medium? What's it gonna be? How do you want me cooked, bounty hunter?
No, I don't want to cook you at all. I'm actually down. Actually, the Myconids, mushroom people, at least in R.A. Salvatore's writings, were a fantasy hive mind consensus. Oh, that's cool.
My flame? Shit. Little flick here got me started on the pyro path. Fine. He's yours. Give him a good home.
Work smarter, not harder.
Don't worry, Mr. McRed. We'll treat Mr. Flick extra nice on account of he's your friend.
Aw.
I'll miss my baby pyro, but it beats losing my head. This court needs its king, and I'm one of a kind.
I mean, you know what? Wait, there's an engraving on here. Does this say Sunita on it?
Keen eyes you got there. Sunita gave me this lighter. We had a carnal understanding a few years back, and she wanted me to have something to remember her by.
Okay.
Lay it on me, boss. I'm good for it.
I'll be seeing you. That Captain McRed, he's my character's buddy. I feel like my character, Jezza, would totally love him. I feel like my character loves him. Not romantically, but like in a fellow piratey sort of way is how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling. It's definitely got a lot of McFarlane style humor, but it never goes into Family Guy territory. Yeah, because the promos, like how they were selling it, I was like, ooh. I just don't think it would work out between them because he's the king of the back bays and also a little violent. You know what I mean? Like he seems slightly prone to violence. So I feel like he's the kind of person and also a little unstable. And I feel like I try not to, I just feel like that's maybe not, like they could probably have a fling. Do you know what I mean? Like a one night stand perhaps. But I feel like that's just like there's some red flags is what I'm trying to say. You actually, Jezza isn't that violent. He tends to talk his way out of things. As you might have been able to tell from my skill choices. Yeah, I'm just saying that Jezza tends to not shoot first. Like I'm not playing him as like a big bruiser. So, you know, that's all. Oh, engineering. Let's take care of that. But he's definitely a kindred spirit. 100%.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled
Jun Lee.
You've returned, and in one piece.
I did.
Color me impressed.
Oh. I got the parts for the radiators. What now?
Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
Define slight?
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle.
Okay.
We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
Well, I'll make my way down there.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Just side note, I want Parvati to be able to, like, I do not want to lose Parvati from my team, but I want her to be able to, also, where am I going? But I want her to be able to, you know, get her joy. Like I want her to be able to sort of be an engineer on a space station where she can be free from corporate stuff. I feel like that would be really great. I just want Parvati to be happy. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Oh, really? Let's see. Journal. Main quest. Don't need to do that. Solution vital. Oh. Yes, you're right. You are right. You are correct. So let's I need to get a nav key. Fix the radiators. Yeah. Acquire. Oh, there's a science weapon. Yeah, there's a science weapon in here that I have to get, and I've got to figure that one out. Let's see. I've got to do that. Oh, Sanita. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, let's do that, and then we can deal with our other stuff. Yeah, I think you were right. I think you were right. So we're gonna go this way. So I wanted to talk about something that seems very dire and whatnot, but I really don't think it is. Speaking of sci-fi, Trooper, I've been doing a lot of world building on that game I was talking about. Ooh. Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever finished answering your question. By the way, you asked me what books you found the Groundbreaker science weapon on accident. I feel like I had some. The thing is, I read a thing that gave me information on where to find it, and
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the radiators. You don't need to kill the meth killers, but I'd be mighty grateful if you did. Pick up some things about giant insects.
okay, well. Oh! What is even happening right now? Are you killing more of them? What's going on? Why are you chasing them right now? What even is this? So, are you still shooting things right now? Ellie, what are you doing?
That's the last of them.
Oh, well, thanks. I didn't think we should run up forward just yet, but apparently Ellie's gonna L. She's apparently a very forward, she's a, you know, I've got a whole writing crew from my community now. Oh, so here's what I was saying. You wanted to know what books you would need to do your campaign. And I wanted to give you some thoughts about that. So you're doing a space game in GURPS, and you wanted it to be both space and planet side. How hard sci-fi do you want? Because I'm just thinking, so here's what I will tell you. These are the things I will tell you so you can think about. There is the book Space, which is right here. GURPS Space is a genre book, and that is not a setting. It's not a setting book. So GURPS has the main core books. They have a couple different types of books. They've got the two main core books, campaigns and characters. Then they've got crunch books, which are just sort of like new rules and expansions, things like martial arts or powers. Then they have tech books like high tech, low tech, ultra tech. Then they have genre books. Space is one, fantasy is one, horror is one. I think I would call Thaumatology a crunch book. That's a great book. And why do I have two zombies? There's probably a reason. Anyway, so space, fantasy, horror. They've got some other ones that are genre books. So those are books that are not settings in and of themselves, but that will help you create your own setting, right? So it talks about the setting in general. So here, hold on. Supers is another one. So GURP Space is a book about, it says, it's the ultimate toolkit for building strange new worlds and alien civilizations. GURP Space puts campaign planning advice and space science at your fingertips so you can create a setting that is plausible and fun. So it helps you create campaigns of every style, from science fantasy to space opera to realistic. Recreate your favorite science fiction background or develop an original world of your own. This is all yours. So this has got in it, as a setting book, a lot of advice on like sort of creating your campaigns. It's got some things about campaign types, alien societies, some stuff about space travel, technology, world building, and by that they mean building actual planets, alien life and alien minds, future and alien civilizations, adventures, characters, right? So this is like a book about creating a space campaign. And then, depending, you might find Ultra Tech interesting because it's got a lot of future tech stuff. But, and then for generic stuff, there's also the spaceships line, of which those are PDFs and you don't necessarily need any of them, but some of them might be interesting. And it has like a whole new spaceship system. But is Cliffhangers a setting? Cliffhangers is a genre book. Cliffhangers is a genre book. It's not a setting book. But then they also have setting books that that are fully realized and worked out, so that it has like a lot of those choices made. And if you want to sort of see what a working setting looks like, right, that is useful. So, for example, one of their Traveler Interstellar Wars is using GURPS 4th edition in the Traveler universe, but before the main Traveler's timeline. So it's earlier in the timeline, so you don't need to know all that lore. And that is like a fully worked sort of setup. It's got everything for you. They've got, what else do they have? Oh, I don't have it in hard copy because I'm the worst, but they've got GURPS Vocosian, if you want that setting. That's a book. They've got a PDF, Tales of the Solar Patrol, which is a small little setting, like a little mini setting for like space opera. Transhuman Space is 3rd edition, but they've got a free PDF that will translate that for you, and they've got some 4th edition things, and that is not as spacey, but that's basically it's The Expanse, but it came first, so sort of harder science in the solar system sort of things, dealing with it's a transhuman sort of dealing with what does it mean to be human, that sort of a thing. Trooper, you are allowed to not own a GURPS book without being the worst. I have it on PDF. I just don't have it in hard copy. Thank you, Krellin. I appreciate that. Arrival confirmation. There was so if you're like wanting to homebrew, I would say probably. And you don't need sort of done settings. I would say GURP Space is interesting. It's got stuff for you. I would say Ultratech and Biotech if you're interested in that, but optional. You don't necessarily need it. Don't worry. I personally asked Steve Jackson himself, and he agreed with me. Thank you, Krellin. And you might look at the spaceships line, and there are a number of them. There are a lot of them, but you don't need them all, right? So let me see. Let me get my folder, and I can tell you it's. Ooh, hello. That's not what I want. Come over here. There we go. Let's see. I'm looking here, and I'm looking at, let's see, GURPS Sci-Fi, Traveler, Transhuman Space, Steampunk, Spaceships, Infinite Worlds, Tales of Solar Patrol, Reign of Steel, for Kozigen Saga. Okay, so in Spaceships, I only have 8? Do they only make 8? I feel like they must have made more than that. Anyway, there's the Basics Core Spaceships book, which is a PDF. You can pick it up. And they've got Spaceships 2 is Traders, Liners, and Transports, which you might pick up if you wanted to do kind of like a Firefly or Traveler thing. Warships and Space Pirates, Fighters, Carriers, and Mecha, Exploration and Colony Spacecraft. Why do I have 2 5s? Mining and Industrial Spacecraft. What is this? Divergent and Paranormal Tech. Transhuman Spacecraft. So, like, you clearly don't need all of those. That is not a thing that is necessary at all. But that line is there. And that line has spaceships. The base spaceship has a more... Spaceships PDF has a more abstract combat flight ship combat system, but I think Warships and Space Pirates has a more tactical on the map sort of combat system. So it depends on whether or not you want space combat to be more abstract or if you want it to be more specific. But I think both space combat systems are good, and I like them both. So my point is there are a number of different options for you that you could look into at various levels of complexity and detail. And so I have 2 copies of Deities and Demigods because my much older brother thought it was necessary to have both. Did GURP Spaceships 5 make reference to... Maybe. That's probably what happened. What really happens is that, I bought the PDF, I downloaded it, I probably just downloaded it a second time. You know how that is? That's what happened. I would like the party to customize the ship a bit. So... the spaceships line, I recommend. If you want sort of customizable stuff, I would recommend that because the GURP Spaceships line has so the GURPS. I would get number 1 definitely, Spaceships, the first Spaceships PDF, because what it does is it works on a modular system where each spaceship has sort of modules. Like you might have 2 modules in the front, 3 in the core, 1 in the rear, right? And then the spaceship's line has a bunch of different things that and different kinds of spaceships will have different numbers of modules. So like a small far trader like the Firefly or the Hero class from Traveler is a small ship. It's not very big, but then you've got all these different. I think it's actually technically medium, because I think small are much smaller, like little fighter ships. There's like small, medium, large, whatever, and there are a certain number of slots on each frame. On each chassis has a number of slots, and then the book itself gives you a bunch of different modules. So, for example, armor, weapons, a drivetrain, crew quarters. Like all these different kinds of things that you can place in your modules. Now, what a lot of GMs would do is they would actually just sort of pre-build some ships, and they'd say, okay, so this is what a hero class looks like. This is what this or that. But the thing is, because it's modular, you could actually do a base and then to say like here's like a factory version of this one particular ship, and they do have examples in the PDFs. You don't have to make everything yourself, but like the PDFs will have, for example, traders, liners, and transports will have examples of traders, liners, and transport ships pre-built for you. So you as a GM wouldn't have to necessarily make that yourself, although you could. But you could also turn it over to your players and say, this is a factory version, but here are some modules. You can switch things out if you really wanted them to be able to do that. So like that is stuff that they could do. So here's a thing about GURPS I should tell you. The thing about GURPS that I should tell you is GURPS has this reputation I like the idea of being starting with a stock ship and then the players finding upgrades for it, right? And they would just have to get those upgrades, and then they could, as long as you have an engineer or can pay one, you can sort of switch things out. So that is also a thing that can happen. Like they can start with what they have, but then upgrade their ship. So the thing about GURPS, and I have to tell you, this is really important. GURPS has this really bad reputation of being really complicated, and in order to play GURPS, you need to be able to do calculus and trigonometry and differential equations and all of that. Or reconfiguring the ship to the job at hand. And this reputation is unfair, sort of. You do not need calculus to play GURPS. Like you don't. Like you need to be able to add and subtract and sometimes multiply if you have like a weapon that does multiplier damage. Yeah, that's it. Add, subtract, and multiply. That's it. But the reason why people say this, Krellin says, you don't have to be able to do trig and calculus to play GURPS, but it helps. The reason why people say this is because of GURPS Vehicles 3rd edition, which is right over there. So 3rd edition GURPS came out with a book called GURPS Vehicles. And the point of that book was for people who wanted to build very, very realistic vehicles in that way that people like to do really crazy customization of their racing games. You did not have to do that. You could also use just the basic set and just make vehicles with stats and not worry about it. But if you really wanted to worry about like the aerodynamic nature of this ship and like air drag and all this stuff of your vehicle, you could do that. But to do that involves some square roots, right? So there was, if you were going to be making a vehicle using GURPS Vehicles 3rd edition, there would be some square roots and some tables. But you didn't have to do that. That was really only for people who wanted to do that. You could make vehicles without without going full on tech nerd about it. But some people are like, oh, you've got to know how to do square roots to play GURPS, but that wasn't true. Also, most players never had to do that ever because they were not designing the vehicles in that way anyway. So the point is, that was a 3rd edition thing that was totally optional. You didn't need to do it, but GURPS has since gotten the reputation of it being like really, really like full of square roots and cubed roots and all of that and logarithms. And it's not actually true. And GURPS Spaceships is very gentle. That's all. I can definitely see some people seeing a square root in a book and just closing it. Yep. The vast majority of games aren't modular like GURPS. The idea of you don't have to use this book isn't part of the lexicon. That's really true, Krellin, in a way that is, and like for me, also, hey Critwitch, for me, it's really obvious that not only do you not have to use everything, you also can't, because some things are diametrically opposed to each other. They're like, if you want it to be very gritty where people can die right away, you know, use these disease rules and also infection rules and also hyper bleeding rules. If you don't want it to be like that and you want it to be very cinematic, use bulletproof nudity rules. Like, these things are clearly not. But you're right, Krellin. That is not the mindset that we are used to. People tend to sort of think of everything being available all the time. Like if it's out, it's like official and should be in there, when that's not how GURPS works at all. Anyway, I like this. I like the spaceships line. I found it quite cool, and you might find it also interesting. Yes, bulletproof nudity. Take off your shirt for +2 PD. PD does not exist anymore. Yep. So, for those who do not know the rule, bulletproof nudity is a rule that where in the less clothed you are, the more armor you have, and it was meant to simulate games where, you know, somebody like Rambo would be just running around shirtless in the jungle and doesn't tend to get hit with bullets, or it's fine, or chainmail bikinis, all those kind of things where, like, when you're just not particularly clothed, but it works out for you anyway. And if you're going to be doing a very cinematic, sort of slightly silly game like that, then that would be a rule that you could add. Kung Fu movies. Oh yeah, Kung Fu movies. Totally. Right? It's tongue-in-cheek, but like sometimes people want to have that kind of Kung Fu movie or that sort of action film where or what's it called? Die Hard would be another one where, you know, he clearly has some bulletproof nudity going on, right? So, you know, there are games where you want that going on, and if you want that going on, they have rules for that. You don't need those rules, but they have them as an option for you. Like Bruce Lee specifically, how he gets his shirt torn and now he dodges all the things. Yep, also Kirk and Spock. When his shirt gets torn, then it's just then little, all of a sudden, there you go. BT, they wear shirts. To HBB, Earth HQ, transmitted via probe, archived at source. It is my honor to report that Groundbreaker has successfully arrived at the Lagrange point, having released our cargo of prefab housing, settlers, and supplies at their intended colony worlds. May they prosper and expand. Now that stages 1 and 2 of the mission have been carried out, my family will take ownership of the Groundbreaker as specified in our contract, keeping the ship in active duty as an independent trading post, repair stop, and cargo bay. I'd be remiss if I close this transmission without sending my hopes and best wishes back to Earth. There's so much ahead of us, but we'll never forget what we left behind. Chief Guyang. Oh. Shirts get torn, heavy music begins playing. Yeah. Yes. I'm pretty sure there are rules in a GURPS book somewhere for theme music. Oh. I would not... I think it's an advantage? Oh, Krellin. I think there's an advantage that might be genre savvy, maybe, or internal theme song. I think there's one that would allow, it's sort of like maybe a modified version of Danger Sense, right? And that there's a soundtrack going on and you can tell when things are getting bad because the music will happen. I believe there is. I got a bubble waffle maker, so now I can't wait for some. What is a bubble waffle maker? Shirt, kryptonite. Hey, sleeves are bullshit. Shirt, kryptonite of heroic action. Bolus, it is true. Atomica says, my story will definitely be cinematic. I was actually thinking of stealing a bit from Call of Cthulhu, where you can't really die mid-story, but a lot of bad stuff can happen, and you can die at the end if you don't take care of it. Well, there are things you can do in GURPS to make it. People tend to think of GURPS as being very, very deadly. That's the story. Like, GURPS is super deadly. Oh, it's like so deadly. Oh, that's so horrible. And that is and is not true depending on what you do. Like, a basic GURPS character has 10 hit points and, can die. But I will say there are a couple things to sort of ponder. One, although a GURPS character has 10 hit points, or however many hit points they have, reaching 0 does not kill them. Reaching 0 makes them... reaching 0 means they are now in a space where they can fall unconscious if they do stuff. But like they're in danger of falling unconscious, not of dying. Once they hit minus hit points, so like if you have 10 hit points, minus 10 hit points, or minus 15, if you have 15 hit points, minus 15 hit points, then you have to roll a death check to see if you die. But you roll your death check against your health. And if you have high health, then your chances of failing that death check are pretty low. And then also you don't automatically die until minus 5 times your health. So if you have 10 hit points, that's minus 50 hit points. So actually, and you roll a death check at every increment of your health. So if you have 10 hit points, you'd roll a death check at minus 10, minus 20, minus 30, minus 40, and at minus 50, you are definitely dead. But again, that gives you as a starting character, maybe 60 points to play with, which is a lot more than a first level D&D character. So if you do not want your characters to die, there are a bunch of ice cream. I see. Can I post a link to show them, please? Sure. I think that you're already regular. So the thing is, there are things that you can do. There's like one simple thing that you can do to make your characters much less likely to die is just encourage them all to have at least 12 health. If you have a 10 on something, that gets you a 50-50 chance of rolling successfully. If you have a 12, you're at a 75% chance to roll successfully. If you want them to not die, give them health of encourage them to have a health of 12 and up, right? 12, 13, 14. Oh my god, one of my D&D players wasn't getting that 0 HP isn't auto death in 5e. Every time he'd just get knocked out, he'd start rolling a new character. Yeah, no, it's like, that's not it. But then there are specific cinematic rules which you can use to make characters more resilient. You can give them hard to kill. You can give them hard to subdue. There are rules like flesh wounds, where they can spend a character point and get rid of all their damage. There are rules... luck is a great one. Luck allows them to re-roll a roll, like basically take a roll 2 more times, pick the best one once every game session, every hour, every half hour, every 15 minutes, depending how many points they spend on it. There's also an optional rule in one of the power-ups where you can spend, that might be in the core book, where you can spend character points for successes. So if you roll a failure, you can spend a character point and make that a success. If you roll a critical failure, you can spend it gives you one shift, right? So you can spend a character point and go from a critical failure to a failure, another one to go to a success. I think you can spend one more to get to a critical success. So you can spend the character points that you earn, like your XP, to sort of buy successes, and that also helps mitigate death and also makes it feel more cinematic by making that they're more likely to succeed in things. That's an optional rule. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. Also, you just give them more points. If you give them more starting points, they're going to have better skills and better stats. And then you can also allow certain more cinematic advantages, which makes them so basically, GURPS can go from very, very deadly to really not if you don't want to. That is a possibility that is easy to do. That's all. Okay. A stern reminder. Some very rich and unsavory elements among our colonial neighbors seem to have the wrong idea about why I flew us out here. I wasn't for a 9-figure blood money salary and a Spacer's Choice logo stamped on my ass. I wasn't a nickel and dime passing ships out of their last bit. Groundbreaker has no role in the success or failure of Halcyon's corporate entities, period. I negotiated that understanding and clearly outlined it in writing before I ever set foot on this ship. If anyone wants to dispute or compromise our independence, they will answer to a Tennyson. We're a family operation. Even when the last Tennyson fails, Groundbreaker will remember us and defend its freedom accordingly. Ooh. That's it. So let's check out this space and fix this. Oh, things were exploding. That's what was going on. It's fine. Also, I don't know how I feel about this. Ooh, this looks really hot, everybody. That's all. Yeah, so that's the thing that I think is really interesting about GURPS, that there are all sorts of... Oh!
The security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Sneak past if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Okay. That's fine. The cones are waffles, and they have been so endlessly expensive at this shop, and now I can make them at home. Oh, this is just a waffle cone. Oh. So this is just a waffle cone maker. We don't call them bubble cones, we call them waffle cones. In case you were interested. Also, this is not stealing. Because I'm on a job. So, this... Oh, hey. Is everybody okay? There looked like there was something down there that I did not see and that I might have overlooked. Bunny... What bunny linked is different from a waffle cone? Oh. Let me see. Copy link. Location. Let's see. Give me a new tab. What is this? Oh. Huh. I have never seen one of those before. Are they stiff or are they soft? Are they stiff or soft? Would be my question about them. By the way, I saw something down there that I think I missed. So I want to go back downstairs so that I don't forget it. Just so you know. we'll be back up here. Yeah, and there are a lot of rules that you can use, like this. What is this? Armor parts. See, I knew there was something I was missing. Like, I saw that thing down there. Anyway, yeah, there are a lot of those rules are in the basic core book.
I'll keep it down.
Are in the basic core book, so you don't have to buy extra books for that or anything like that. A lot of it's just in the basic core. They're both, you can get them in, when you say both, do you mean that you can get something that is stiff or something that is either stiff or soft? Trooper says, what's this? I imagine him seeing Christmas Land for the first time. We're going to try the sneaky sneak. We're going to see if that works for us. Yeah, so there's a lot that you can do, a lot of rules you can, rules options to make it more or less cinematic for you and have people be more or less resilient. The bubbles are soft and the space between them is crispy. Oh, okay. Well, let's back away a little bit. Let's just back away a little bit until it passes. Interesting. We're going to go over here. See what we can do. This is totally copacetic, everybody. Just gonna go right through this door. Nope.
Unexpected.
Nope.
They got the drop on us.
They did. But we're gonna just have to kill them now. It's cool. Really? Do that. I feel like this is not working. This guy has a lot of armor. Oh, both Ellie and Parvati are down. That's not great. Wake up. Don't be dead. I wish that I are... Okay, good. Wake up. Whew. I'm definitely going to try and keep it simple for my first game, but I want enough resources to do it right. Oh, yeah, and there's like all sorts of things that you can do. Oh, I suppose I should let you know this. Here's a thing to think about. This is one of those half dozen of one, six of the other. When it comes to sci-fi. By the way, I probably did not actually need to kill all those things. But they're not dead. I didn't kill them. They'll be repaired and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So a thing to think about, and that is, where are we headed? We are headed... Where are we going? It seems like this is the thing? Like we are... There's a ladder. Thank you. I was like, okay, we seem to be here. Doop, 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 doop. Ladder. Oh, it goes down. Right. Yes. Okay, there are also more robots.
I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps.
Let's hope we can maybe...
Don't know what that means, just look for a command that says cycle droplet pumps.
Let's see. I bet we can't do this without killing them, huh? Yeah. So, what I will also say is that, on the... Oh, there are exploding things next to them. We just had to do it the old school way. I'm afraid. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We just had to go old school and steal some parts. That's awkward, but it is what it is. Anyway, so the other thing I would say is, so this is the thing to think about when it comes to deadly or not deadly. Future tech can be very deadly. What? The thing about sci-fi is Trooper gets distracted. Where are we going? Where are we heading? Somehow still keeping the combo. Okay, makes sense. So here's what I would tell you. The thing about high tech, ultra tech, and GURPS is that it actually can get deadly-ish. Because here's the thing. If you take a look at a sword, right? Like a sword does... Okay. So let's take a look at characters. We're still, don't worry, we're still playing. It's fine. If you take a look at GURPS characters, let me look, where's my equipment? My equipment should be right about here. All right, so let's look at a broadsword. Let's look at a broadsword. A broadsword does swing +1 cutting damage or thrust +1 crushing damage. And let's say you are, this is, by the way, something I love about GURPS so much. I realize this seems a little crunchy, but you write the information down on your, like, you have to calculate before you start the game. You write it down in your character sheet, and then in play, it's all done, right? But in GURPS, weapons don't do a set amount of damage. So it's not like a sword does 1d8, right? So like a knife does 1d4, a regular sword does 1d6. A bastard sword does 1d8, or a longsword does 1d8, and a two-handed sword does 1d12, or, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, right? It doesn't do that. What happens is that you have, each character has a basic thrust or swing damage that they do that's based on their strength. So your average 10th strength person, your average person, does 1d6 minus 2 for thrusting and 1d for swinging. 1d6 for swinging. So if your average person picks up a broadsword and swings it, and they thrust, they will do 1d6 minus 1. If, however, you are a big, beefy, strong person with a strength of 15, and you thrust with that broadsword, you will do 1d plus 2. Now, if you want to swing that broadsword, whoosh, and you are an average person, you will do 1d plus 1, 1d plus 1 cutting damage. But if you're a big beefy person with a strength of 15, you would do 2d plus 2, right? So, you know, because you're able to use that weapon as a lever, right? So you get way more damage if you're really strong when you're swinging that sword. So the damage that you have based on what your strength is, which I think is pretty cool. But a strength 15 person, which is pretty strong, will be doing 2d plus 2 swinging damage, cutting damage, if they swing the sword. That feels like a lot because, you know, that could be a lot. 2d plus 2 cutting damage. Cutting damage is 1.5 times damage after whatever gets through armor. So let's say you do max damage, that's 12, that's 14 points of damage. Let's say the person has no armor, that's another 7, so that's 21 points of damage. So one swing from that is completely maxed out by a person who's super strong on a person who's unarmored can bring them to a death threshold in one blow. That's a lot of ifs. On the other hand, let's look at some firearms. Let's look at let's look at a rifle. Let's look at an assault rifle, like an M16. M16s do 5D damage, and those are modern weapons, not even space weapons. Piercing, and piercing does extra damage. If you want some ultra-tech weapons, like you could get a laser pistol, which does only 3 dice damage, but it has an armor divisor of like 2 or 5. Or you could get a laser rifle, like you get a heavy blaster, which does 8 die damage, burning damage. Like, so you can start getting weapons that are doing, you know, between 5 and 8 dice of damage, and that's a lot. But here's the thing. Health tech is going to be advanced, and armor is going to be advanced. So if you're doing some high-tech stuff and you don't want them to die, give them good armor, like, so that they have good armor on, and so they have to worry about sort of laser weapons and things like that. But generally speaking, even though the damage is higher, you give them good armor, and they should be good. Let me look at the logs here first. Cobbled together. The staff is getting restless. Workaround and half-cocked solutions are all we've got to mend Groundbreaker's bones. In many cases, we can't revive one system without cannibalizing another. Grandma lived with that reality, and so will I. I can rally our spirits, but what happens when I'm not around? Groundbreaker's real test will be seeing if our independence outlasts me. I'll take that bet. Ooh. Old plans, new problems. Fluid circulation pump terminal. Found some of Chief Guying's old schematics. Groundbreaker must have taken a beating during the crossing because she spent half of her career patching it up. Lots of corners cut where they put this piece together. Among her papers, I also found a layout of a hangar that doesn't match any of my docks. Something that might have gotten sealed off along the way, like blood cells isolating an infection. I hate to put sentiment down in print, but every time I open a panel or find some workaround in the guts of this old bird, it's like I can feel you reaching out to me from the past, Grandma. Ooh. We're gonna cycle. We know that there's a... Reminder, non-expendable personnel must exit the maintenance shaft before activating the cycling protocol. Cycling. Successful.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
Sure. But, why don't we see what else we can find in here a little bit? Like, what's through this door? There's a book, Old Man's War, where new recruits, people who are elderly, join the space military, get de-aged, injected with nanotechnology, and then trained how to use all this tech in fighting. They relate a story where one of the people wins a fight by sacrificing their arm because they know their nanobots will just patch it up, and they grow a new arm in a vat. Well, the main PC prompt will be Bounty Hunter, so they should be combat ready. I just need to figure out how to balance the tech, but I think, it's totally doable. And my advice to you is give them armor. And also, the other thing to think about is what weapons you want to have available to them. And when I say that, I will say that there are different models for what kind of tech is available. Lasers do a little bit less damage, but they burn through armor. But you don't have to use lasers. You can still use, there are high-tech slug throwers that, like caseless weapons. And so it depends on, like, this is a sci-fi game, and we're using bullets, right? So you can decide if you want lasers or not. And if so, what, like, because basically that is the thing about GURPS. It is modular, and that also includes the equipment. You can decide what equipment is available. You can decide, is this a setting where people use vibro blades? Are they using vibro knives and vibro swords, or are they not? What kinds of things you want available to them? And so it's just going to be about deciding which weapons you want, which weapons you want them to have,
What a weight that is off my shoulders.
which
I don't
armors.
tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right.
Thank you.
The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Oh, thanks. I will leave this conversation and find these people. Woo! Level up! By the way, though, I do want to say this. I think this is a thing to sort of note. This is also not difficult, right? Like, it actually is not difficult to decide what switches you want. And if you ever want any help sort of figuring out your switches, I can help you.
Message? If so, we best do it now while we still got time. And no, Ellie, that offer does not extend to you broadcasting another of your crude jokes.
Hey, that's a real planet, and no one's seen it in a long time.
Damn it, Ellie, I don't have time for your shenanigans.
I always have time for the
Anyway,
shenanigans.
Like I was saying, you aiming to send a message, you better be quick.
Why would we run out of time? You headed somewhere?
Me? No. But our relaying capabilities? That's on the final countdown.
What do you mean?
We're going offline in 3, 2, 1.5... No. Wait, I've lost track of my weeks. Maybe it was 36 or... sometime dire soon.
Wait, why are you about to lose comm capabilities?
Our primary relay station's soon to be occluded by a gas giant. Happens every 40 years or thereabouts.
Oh.
The event's forecasted to last for months, during which we'll lose signal to the station.
I see.
That'll put the whole system in a right dire situation.
We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one currently in orbital range went offline some months ago. We can't spare people for routine maintenance.
Oh, but I bet Parvati would love to do that. Sounds like it's time to get the auxiliary station back online.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I finally got the chief to approve the budget for a diagnostic expedition. But allocating the personnel loss for sending a technical team to the relay station keeps getting denied by Junlei. The chief.
So here's the thing. I feel like I would probably not offer to do it for free because I'm a rebel. I appreciate the offer. I'll DM you after stream. Not fair to single-handedly derail the entire stream with my stuff. Hey, I love talking about these things. I'm fine about it. But also, I would say you probably can't ask me now. I would say take a look at what I would say. And, you know, and by the way, just for the record, I am recommending other books for you, but you can do everything with just the core 2 books. Like with characters and campaigns, you can do everything with just those. You don't need the other stuff if you don't want to have it. Those things are just nice things on top, but you can do everything with just the core. And that's one thing I will say. Derailing the stream is Tripper's main PC prompt. That is correct. And I think this is really important. And this is one of the things that I have as a bit of a about the GURPS forums. People ask a question, and the first thing that people do is recommend they buy 10 books. And these are not people who work for the company. They're just fans who have a lot of GURPS books. And I don't know why it is that GURPS fans have a lot of GURPS books, but they do. And the thing is, even though there are all these really cool GURPS books, which are awesome, which I also have and that I love very, very much, you don't need them. You can do the things without them. So if you're just with characters and campaigns, you can still run your campaign, no big deal. It's just the other things will make some things easier, will give you some inspiration, and will be cool. So I would say, look at the basic book, the 2 basic books, get a sense of what you're looking at, and then I can give you tips. And if there are new other books or PDFs you want to get, check them out. And you know, I'm just saying. Anyway, what's in it for me if I investigate your relay problem? Because I feel like my character.
You save my comm center from chaos. I guarantee I'll get the chief to authorize some payment forms with your name on them while you're out fixing the station.
All right. Yeah. I'll do that. I mean, I'm happy to, you know. I can do it.
I'm just dandy. How are you? Junlei still hasn't approved my request to send a technician to our backup relay station. But that's fine. It's not like we need a working comm center.
Wait, you really want to know how I'm doing?
No, I was just making small talk, you know, to be polite.
Oh.
But I'd rather we didn't get too chummy.
Okay.
I got my hands full enough as it is without some freelancer asserting false claims based on a misunderstanding.
Okay. This has happened to you before?
No, but if it did, I sure wouldn't be itching to talk about it.
Got it.
Glad we see eye to eye. Now then?
I have some questions about your relay problem because I agree with Levi. It didn't look like I got it.
I'll answer what I can.
How are you cut off by losing one relay station?
Well, we wouldn't be utterly and completely blacked out, but we'd lose the majority of our comm traffic for sure. Ships and colonies on Terra 2 need a clear line from their communications towers to the groundbreaker for the transmissions to make it through. If it's not clear, they transmit to the closest relay station, which stores the message, then passes it along when our orbits align.
Well, what about the other auxiliary relay stations?
The others won't be in orbital range during the occlusion event. Isn't it some law of the universe? The relay I gotta rely on is, of course, the one on the Fritz.
Well, can't the ships relay messages to each other?
That they can, and they do. But only between ships owned by the same corporation. No corp will authorize sending messages through a ship owned by a rival. And no corp will relay messages for the Wildcat freighters. Not without charging them more than they'll make in a single haul anyway. That's why we're the message hub. The groundbreaker's neither corporate owned nor board controlled. Our comms are neutral. We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one currently in orbital range went offline some months ago. We can't spare people for routine maintenance.
Well, it sounds like it's time to get the auxiliary station back online.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I know.
I finally got the chief to approve the budget for a diagnostic expedition.
I know. I'm going to help.
Allocating the personnel loss for sending a technical team to the relay station keeps getting denied by Junlei.
Right.
The chief.
Yeah, I know. I could check out the relay. No need for an official sign-off in that case.
I should say no.
Got it.
But
Got
why
it.
not? Maybe you can figure out why it's offline. I'll send you with an equipment manual. Hopefully we'll get lucky, or I'll get my approval in time.
Hope you don't mind if I borrow that manual when you're done with it, Captain.
Of course not.
I could do with some leisure reading.
This is why I'm doing the mission.
Oh, and I'll need you to retrieve a copy of the relay's backup data. I gotta forward any messages from Earth stored in the memory. Better late than never, eh?
What do you mean?
The relay stations orbit the edge of the Halcyon system, so they tend to receive the majority of any transmissions from Earth. I'm sure the station's got a stack of junk messages just waiting for me to sort through.
You just let messages from Earth sit in memory on an orbital relay?
It's not like they're in high demand. Most tend to be adverts on new products, meaning only folks in Byzantium can afford them.
That's fair. I'm off. That's cool. Not mad. So I got the quest. I feel like there's a doctor that I'm supposed to talk to, but I don't actually know if I need to buy anything from him. You know? Hello.
Temps are lowering across the station. Anyone outside is getting a hell of a light show from the droplet arrays. Thanks for the help.
Oh.
Let me know if you ever need to borrow a wrench or something.
Oh, thanks. Many messages, but all the messages are like are for what do you call it?
Be seeing you, stranger.
They're for like boner pills, all of them. That's all I'm saying, all of them. I do not see a doctor around here.
Advertisement for the following story. Spacer's Choice calls rumor of a saltuna shortage patently baseless. The Edgewater Cannon facility is operating at full capacity and will be delivering the
Is it?
saltuna fillets and other fish-based fine products that valued employees crave.
Whatever. Oh, that's right. I know who you're talking about. Okay, so we have done all of that. There is, I know, a secret hangar. And there is a science weapon out here. And I want us to get it.
Hello. Junlei called up from engineering. Said I should let you buy medical supplies from our stores. Dr. Fenhill, I hope you're not here to harass any of our patients.
Harassing? Come on.
Doctor.
Just trying to help Jesse.
You have a creative definition of helping.
Then it's lucky for us both
Doctor.
that I found gainful employment with someone who appreciates my ingenuity.
Good luck with this one, Captain.
I need to up my
Now, is
stealth.
there something I can help you with?
Let's see what you've got for sale.
A better selection than you'll find on the promenade deck, and a quality commensurate with a friend of the station.
Well, that's nice. I probably am not going to buy anything, but like some antibiotics cream. I think there's a bunch of stuff. Some lab outfits, which I don't need. Some helmets. Some Adrenatime. I'm not going to buy any of this stuff. I just have like so much stuff in my inventory already. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that. But I will sell some things. Like, sell my junk. Just for example. We're just going to... Oh, I've got a huge discount. And then let's also repair all equipped stuff. Oh gosh, I don't have hardly any money, everyone. I thought I'd just tell you that I am not full of money. I am the opposite of money at this point. But here's the thing, I've got all this equipment, but I don't want to sell it because it's not worth a lot of money. I think I should just break it down for parts, whatever. I'll earn money somehow. Right, did you see that? I just bulk sold it. I'm really proud of myself. So look, I know that there's a sealed off hangar somewhere, and I know we can find it. Also, I have skill points and a perk available. And I should probably just level up. Right? Oh, and I wanted, I said that I wanted more stealth. So that I could, because I've been sneaking, right? That's been a thing I've been doing. So we're going to just... Wait. Revert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugh. Well... No, there is. That's true. And we're on our way to the bounty person so that we can do that. So my hack is now at 50. Nah. I feel like it's just a little bit wasteful at this point, but we're gonna... It is what it is. And after that, we'll get into handguns. Let's apply. So I apparently now, I should be able to pickpocket. And I am not sad that that is happening in my life right now. I get a new perk? Oh. Lone Wolf is not interesting to me because I feel like I should be with my friends. I can walk faster or sprint more. I can have less weapon and durability loss, which is not necessarily bad because that saves you money a long time. Companion crit chance. I can increase my armor rating, which is probably really good. Ammo stock, consumable stock, I'm not worried about that right now. Quick tactical time dilation recharge rate, which is probably good, but I don't use it as much. More XP. Less vendor prices. I think we go with the XP from companion kills because more XP means leveling up faster. So I feel like that's the smart way to go. And now we can level up Parvati. She gets a new... It also means hitting the level cap faster. What is the level cap, by the way? Chance to extract mods in the field. Oh, Mod Finder sounds fun. Right? That seems like good. 30? Okay. I mean, damage is always nice because then they're putting out lots of stuff. But... And they both did die. So I could give them more armor. Did Stoker's early audience ever question the fact that old Count Glittery Sparkle was supposed to be a military genius, well-educated, noble, and person of massive amount of wealth since dawn of time, went and hired the least incompetent lunatic to fill his master plan that has been in motion for centuries? I mean, damn, Redfield was bad at his job. Redfield was bad at his job. I suppose you're right about that, Krellin, but I suppose it's done now. But what is not done is deciding, well, I feel like mods are good, so we're gonna go with the mods. But then for Ellie, more medical, there's threat situation, range damage. Yeah. Let's have her go through the med stuff. Oh, we did that. So let's keep going med. We did it. 30. 30. It's true, we do reach the level cap faster. So look, I really feel like there is stuff to steal here. No, I was just going to say that I feel like we just have to find the, we have to find this sealed off, and I remember reading some stuff about it. Hello, stevedores.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
What am I looking at my map? What is this? A vendor? Why is this on my map? Oh, purchase an app. You know what? I'm not interested in that. I want to claim the bounty. Is what I want to do. On the other hand, there is. Hey. Why don't we...
Coaches and referees are debating how and if this behavior could lead to an unfair advantage.
I was hoping I could jump on top of things. But that's barred. Do you ever like jump on things and think that you can jump farther and go faster and get to like really exciting secret spaces, but then you can't? Does that ever happen to you? If there's respec, well, what about... I am used to jumping a lot. Anyway, we're gonna just... I feel like... I really feel like there's a secret... Nope. Oh, thank you, Rachel. Like, sometimes you feel like jumping around. Hello, Commandant.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do.
This sounds...
Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off.
Does this have anything to do with your carnal understanding?
He tell you that, did he?
Did?
I might have kicked his ass from one end of the groundbreaker to the other a few years back. Whatever he reads into that is his business.
All right, well, I'm gonna lie to you. Here you go.
Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there.
Thanks.
With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future.
Thanks. Did you give me money? Do you have... What bounties do you have available?
With that bastard McRed dead, there ain't much else in the offing. Not that I'm complaining, mind you.
Hey, I got some money. Nice. Well, I'll be on my way then. Look, so here's the thing I want to tell you. Hey, what is this? Oh, hey. Hi, Wheeler.
Hey there.
How are you? I'll see you around.
Be seeing you.
Also, what's in your what's in here? Look, I'm just gonna look at your computer while we're here. Arrivals, Cleo, a freighter hauling Tobackhorn, Rizzo freighter hauling Purpleberry everything, Freelancer, possibly Sublight, Freelancer definitely Sublight, Unreliable, business unknown, impounded, Hawthorne ship but no Hawthorne. Wonder what happened there. Everybody knows I'm not interesting. Departures, Freelancer Sublight, Freelancer none, Deadbeat at the Rest and Go instead insisted once again that he's part of the crew, but they acted like they didn't know him. Ooh, Spacer's Choice Freighter delivered Callahan's new mask. Huh. Return to route, messages. Let's see what we have. Dissatisfied user 70. Oh, sorry. Okay. Read these conditions. Oh, here's the post. These conditions aren't fit for cysty pigs. You honestly expect me to share a berth with some junker flown by a freelancer? I'm a company man, and I demand company accommodations. Auntie Cleo would give you such a withering glare if she saw how you treated her two-time employee of the month. Yes, that's me. You signed a social contract when you gave me a clearance to land. I asked for what is mine by right. Room to breathe, a heated berth so I can walk around barefoot, and service with a smile. You've given me none of the three. You've given me one out of the three. I'll give you until I hit send to rectify this error. This is a joke, right? I'm forwarding this around the station so no one thinks you're real. If you are, welcome to Groundbreaker, asshole. Harassment. From Wildcat to security harassment. Hey, I landed 15 minutes ago, and this crazy guy with no shoes has been throwing shit at my rig. Like, actual shit. Can I open fire or what? Don't bother, we're on our way. Thank you for letting me use your computer. So look, what I'm trying to tell you is, I think we have got speak to Lilia Hagen. We did that. Oh, I see. Okay. I think I want to, this is it, right? I want to figure out where this weapon is because I feel like it is objective. Look, I think this weapon, I remember reading about it in some kind of a way that there's like a passage into, like there's a passage, right? There's like a, do I have logs? I must have some kind of log. Quests. Inventory. No, this is what I have. I have an inventory, and I have no, I have a thing. Mardit archiving. No. Bardet datapad. See, here's the thing. It's in here, right? I know it. We just have to find it. Working at the complaints booth must be soul draining. Your complaint has been noted and logged to our system. Sounds of shredded paper. Yep. Rest and go key card. Oh, I have to go to the rest and go and steal stuff. We have to do that while we're here. Mardet ID cartridge. Distress call. Look, there's ID cartridge, prayer beads, hoop, ID cartridge. Back. Archive cartridge. Holographic shroud. Okay, look. There's a thing. I read it. I read it. People. Whatever. Look, I know. There's...
Rizzo's lemon slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
Ooh.
It just me? Or has it been deader than usual?
Look, I know that there's a secret... I read that thing. I know it. There is a secret... Hey, cash register. Here, we're gonna just unlock this and take everything. I mean, that's... Oh, hey, there are a lot of safes. But I do have a rest and go, but I... What? But I just... You saw me have one. What? But... Didn't you see me just have one in my inventory? Or maybe you only get one at a time. Well, for heaven's sakes. For heaven's sakes. It's one use. So here's the thing. We got information from people. And... we got info from people. Let me, wait. Here. I swear to you, there is stuff. Hello. Nope. I read you. Where is it? You know what I mean? Oh, this is... I think we're just looking for data terminals. Right? Logs on Hawthorne's terminal mentioned rumors of the groundbreaker. Oh, I need to find that terminal again. Yeah. Gladys's shop. Okay. So, we're going back. Look, the thing is, it might actually... You know what I think? I feel like it's actually in the docking bays, is what I think. And I think I should probably just go to the docking bays and look around. But let's talk to Gladys. Since we're here. Since we are here. Well, hi Gladys.
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late. Yes, dearie?
What do you want me to do?
Take that darling ship of yours down to Roseway,
Yeah.
where that distress signal
that's
I
fine.
told you about came from, and ferret out some tasty corporate secrets for old Gladys.
I will.
Shouldn't be too tough for a fella like you, I'd think.
But I wanted to trade.
A lovely little throw pillow.
I have no money.
Just something I tossed together. Like to keep my hands busy.
That's nice. What? See, I don't... The thing is, I feel like I own the thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I own the thing. I feel like there was information that was given to me and it is not in a log anywhere. And that is not useful for me. Wait a minute. There's a terminal here? Do you... Got questions. I have questions. Terminal. View movies, view serials, guest messages. Be careful. Please stop. Well, okay, look. So I know, because I have read things, that there's a secret hangar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go out to where the hangars are, and I'm going to look around for a panel or something. We're off in this direction anyway. I feel like we're going to just... And, like, we've got a lot of info saying that there's a thing out here. We're going to just... Let's do a search and see if we can find some kind of secret passage somehow, some way, sneaking around, because I feel like, and I wish that I could remember. Whoop. But it's been a couple of weeks, and I feel like the data we got was a while ago. And, okay, I'm going to jump and hope I don't die. I didn't die. None of you all should die either. I don't think they're doing well. So let's see what we can do. Oh, hey, sorry, I just noticed another thing to loot over there. I don't think they're doing well. They seem like they're not doing well, but they're fine now. Is this our secret hangar? Okay. Let's see. We're going to have to try to jump over there. I wish I had special jumping skills. Okay, well, here we go. Nope, that wasn't it. Ouch. 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 Can I shimmy up here? Nope. Ouch. Oh, yeah, you have sprinting. If sprinting will give me more range, because I'm I don't want to not have the range. We're gonna run again. We're heading back. Look, this is the time where jumping emotes are totally appropriate, is what I'm trying to tell you. This is that moment. This is all I'm saying. I wonder if there's like an athletics jumping skill that I have not. I mean, look at this. It is waiting for me to jump. Like a superhero. All right, jumping. And in. And over. I might get a little injured. Oop. But I think we'll be fine. I'm not saying I'm better at RPG Super. I'm just saying I made that jump. Oh. Well, maybe you have better legs. Hey, Ellie, I'm going to jump over you. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Jump made. Thank you for the sprint. Also, apparently we shouldn't be in here. But, why don't we be in here? Grenade launcher. Tremor cleaver. Ooh. Tremor cleaver. A Ford capsule. Protective clothing. We'll take it all. But also there's a dead body here. Yeah, I put bonus. Get those. You got to get +2 legs. It is totally true. So I'm just gonna point out that we got some cool stuff, but also it looks like this is a dead end for us, and this is not the science thing, and I don't know if we can get through that door. You know what I mean? And it looks like we cannot get through that door. Ouch. So that wasn't it. A little. I worry about them in the background. They seem to not be doing well, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't think that's where there's a rail there. I'm sure they don't want me to go there. Look, I know there's a secret place here. I know it. I also know that I was given instructions. And the thing is, we've been getting hints about this twice now. There's like multiple hints about there being some shenanigans out here. The question becomes, where?
You see we had a conveyor pull in? One of them interstellar jobs.
Are you gonna let a little railing tell you when you... Rails are built by the man, but like sometimes they won't let you jump over them. You know what I mean? Like sometimes like you're like, I want to jump over this, and then they won't let you. So there's a hidden hangar bay. This is a true fact. And I would steal all of that, but I can't because people are looking at me. Ugh. 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 The rails are, yeah, they're just into walls. Who are you? Oh, you're that guy.
Hey, you got a second?
Yeah, what's up, Felix? We can talk. What's up?
Fancy running into you again.
You're right outside of my ship.
Just admiring your ship from up close.
Interesting.
Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
Really? Were you stalking me? I don't appreciate being stalked.
What? No.
Huh?
No. Okay. Yeah, maybe a little. I'm not trying to be all creepy like. I just want to make a good case for myself. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
Temperament. We're gonna say, all right, Felix, tell me why I should hire you.
You're serious? You're giving me a shot? All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked. Hey there, I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang.
I'm enjoying this. Go on.
Firstly, I am highly personable,
Mm-hmm.
and I get along well with anyone who is not of the jackass persuasion.
Sorry.
Oh.
He's funny.
Oh,
Secondly,
thank you, Krellin.
I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is, if you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man. That motto is it's a work in progress.
Temperament means you got that dialogue option because your temperament stat is high enough or low enough. How do I know what my temperament stat is? I want to know what it is. I wonder if it's listed somewhere. We're going to look for that. I've heard, I'm going to let him continue. Go on.
Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away or a door held open while escaping enemy fire. In conclusion, thank you for considering me for your ship crew and/or outlaw gang. I look forward to our adventures together.
I thought that was real good, Felix.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. What do you think? Am I in?
You know what? I've heard enough. You're hired. It's fine. Join the crew.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not going to regret this.
We'll see you in the ship, Felix.
I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board.
Sure.
This is gonna be great.
We'll find out more about you when we get there.
Wow, this'll be interesting, huh?
It will. We'll find out all about this guy. I was like, he's got a pack here. So let's find out what my temperament is, right? Summary, body, mind. Oh, my temperament is average. Oh, okay. It improves your natural health regeneration. It affects two-headed melee, lie, sneak, medical, engineering, determination. Wow, I need more temperament. It's fine. I clearly need more temperament for the things that I do with my life. But I'm good at persuade, lie, intimidate, hack, science, and inspiration. I need to do more inspiration. Clearly. I feel like, what are my details? Nothing you need to worry about. And I have a reputation. The Groundbreaker loves me. Stats are fixed. Iconic, everybody else is neutral. The Deserters love me. Spacer's Choice also loves me. So, you know. Spacer's Choice has mixed feelings about me. Oh, some gear can get bonuses. Okay. So look, there is 100%. 100%. I should talk to Felix and get to know Felix more, but it's fine. It's fine. Look, there is 100% a secret, hidden thing here. That it is 3. I'm gonna since I got started so late, I'm gonna play until like I'll play like another this total red shirt. I'm gonna play just like a little bit longer. What I'm gonna do is sort of take another once around in this place and see if we can find you know, do I want to hint for the hangar? Okay, this is what I'm going to ask you. I will ask for this. This is the first question I'll ask you now. Is the hangar accessed out here, or do I have to go back into the ship? I suspect I have to go back into the ship. If it's out here, let me know. But I feel like it's in the ship, right? That feels very true to me. It may not be true. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so yes, it feels like it's a go back in situation rather than a... I'm going to just look around and see... Because I know. I had to look up. You had to look it up? The thing is, we got clues. We got these tips. And the thing is... We got tips, but I'm gonna just, I'm looking is what I'm doing. So we did get tips, but I can't remember what they said because it was a little while ago, you know what I mean? And people said things some bit ago. I found it through my natural poke around. Yeah. The thing is, they said... They said... So I'm going to do a little bit of like, let's take a look at all the places. I don't think it's in the Lost Hope, but we're going to look. You know, we're going to just... Because there was that... And the thing is, I think if we go to that one dead body, it will give us... We can reread those clues. Because there's some dead body clues that I think... might be helpful, but hello door. Oh, let's just pick this. Written clues are in my codex. Okay, that's great.
How'd you do that so fast?
If written clues are in my codex, then I will just read them. Also, I am going to steal the heck out of all of this stuff. I want you to know that, like, I am definitely stealing everything in this room. Just, I mean, if I'm here, I'm stealing it. Because, you know, I'm out of money. and being out of money makes me sad. And so I need to steal all of this stuff. I feel like that's very... I feel like that's fair. Oh, that was... I don't think Jezza is a good person. I could see why you think that. I could see why you think that. It's because he steals stuff, right? That it's the stealing. I'm going to assume it's the stealing that makes you think that he's not a good person. I'm going to just assume. Like, and maybe I'm going out on a limb. Hey, look. There are rooms up here. Oh.
Look out! Here goes nothing.
I wonder what... I wonder what, Oh. I wonder what the other special attacks are. Also, the telling part about your face, no, screw you and everyone you know. Hey, I thought that it was going to be long-term better for them. Right? That was my, that's the reading, that this being in the corporation is not a good thing, and they'll all be fine because they'll live with the rebels. Right? They'll just live with the rebels. And then their lives will be great. Live with the rebels, live free, have better food, don't have, what do you call it? Malnutrition. Right? In his mind, what he was doing was actually, you know, giving them access to chances of a better life. Live free, die hard. Yeah. Live free.
Hello? Someone there? Help!
Where are we? Yeah, that's true. Let's pick this one.
Is anyone there? I can hear footsteps.
Hi.
Thank you, stranger. Shit, ain't that a relief?
Who are you?
You have no idea how good the air on Groundbreaker smells until you've been trapped in a tiny bathroom with an overflowing toilet. Thanks again, friend.
Who? What? Wait, how long were you in here?
Time stood still. I was aware of nothing but the smell.
Could have
been days.
Are you hungry?
Ah, shit. That means I haven't clocked out in days. Song is gonna have my ass for wage theft.
What happened?
What usually happens on this partially pressurized rust bucket? Something broke. Well, actually, two things broke. First, the damn toilet overflowed. When I came to clean that up, the damn door decided to close and lock on me.
So, because, again, I'm not the nicest person, I did you a favor. What are you going to do for me?
You're going to shake me down after I was trapped in a shit-covered bathroom? Is that how it is?
When did the toilet start overflow? Who installed it? We need information. This is true. These things are too mean. I'll say, just make sure people know I helped you out.
That all?
Yeah.
Of course. Everyone on the ship's going to hear about this. Hell, it's the only chance I've got to keep my job.
Thanks for the reputation increase, although they already like me. But whatever. By the way, I'm not going to close the door because, you know, by the way, where we went seems really interesting and I want to keep going that way. I feel like there's something interesting there, but I want to just check out these other rooms. Where? I don't think we've been up here, everyone. We definitely have not been up here because we've not looted this space. So this place is interesting and I want to know more about it. That's all. Ooh, hello. Okay, all right. Oh, hey, look, there's a place over on that side as well that we've got to try to figure out how we can get up to because we might be able to find... Hey. Wait, let's save. I'm gonna... This is just a little bit of a distraction. Just a little. Not a lot. Just a little. because it looks like we can climb on this. And if we can climb on this, why wouldn't we want to climb on this? I'm just saying that there's also stuff here, and I just want to see what's around. Oh, you're not going to let me travel anymore, are you? Are you? No? Dang it. Why won't you let me? I'm going to jump. Nope. We have to go this way. They're not going to let me. They're not going to let me. That's fine. It's fine. I just want to climb up. By the way, I'm going to tell you all something that may shock and scandalize you, or not at all. You may not in any way be shocked or scandalized by what I'm about to tell you. Also, what's down here? I'm going to follow my death. Trooper's last words, probably. So, oh. This is not the way I ultimately want to go, but I want to see where we're headed. It will give me insight. When I was a kid, I used to climb over all of the things all the time. Like, that was a true statement about me. Oh. Where are we? Medical bay. Oh, so this is one of those doors that I couldn't open. All right. Going back in. I'm at the garbage chute. Well, aren't there usually monsters that show up at that point in time? I remember the garbage chute. So when I was a kid, I used to climb things all the time. Like, okay, hold on. Okay. So as a kid, I used to climb on things all the time. I mean, I was always and forever climbing on everything. And when I say that I climbed on things, I am not even joking. So this is this thing, I was just thinking about this, which, by the way, I'm a little turned around, but I feel like we'll find our way. So here's the problem with where I'm at right now in this game, which is not really a problem, it's just my problem, don't even worry about it, is that there's so many underbelly things I want to explore, and feel like I've not been systematic enough about it. But I suppose it's fine. Ooh, hello. So when I was a kid, I lived in San Francisco, and the way that San Francisco works is that you've got all these houses that are right next to each other. Like, there's no, like, you don't have, like, we don't have front yards. Like, you have the sidewalk, and then the house is, like, flush against the sidewalk, the front of the house, and all the houses are right next to each other. So there's no, no front yards. We'll steal that too. But you have a backyard, right? So we'd have a backyard, but we wouldn't have, like, a front yard or anything like that. So you have a backyard, but everybody has a backyard. And
Left hands, Cap.
Thanks. Ooh.
How'd you get back there?
No clue. Hi, Belle. How are you? I'm gonna just close this door. Just gonna close the door. We're gonna keep going around. So anyway, and like your backyards were separated by fences. And as a kid, I would always climb the fences because that's what I do. I'd climb all the fences, running around. That was fun. And the thing is, I had this goal. And sometimes you'd have doors that you could access from the street that would take you through a little tunnel that would get you to the backyard, mainly because a lot of those backyards back in the day would have in-law houses. So there would be like a separate entrance into the backyard so that people who had the in-law house could, get there. Anyway, my point is that my goal, my dream, was to be able to travel from one end of a block through the other end of a block only using, only through backyards. And I worked hard on making that a reality. Hello, garbage chute. And so I would just climb through all sorts of people's yards, like all the time. All the time. I'm surprised I would not get in trouble, but, you know. I'm going to read this. Frankie got a lead on some local salvage. One of Groundbreaker's old hangars was bricked over until someone found it by poking around the stevedores' quarters. Okay. Lilia gave us the go-ahead to plant her flag once we clear out the new arrivals. I'm sending you to scout. Look for a loose panel. You got to climb on top of their bunks and head toward the back wall. Okay. That's our clue, everybody. Although I still want to finish climbing around this stuff, because I feel like there's way more around here in these back rooms that I'm very excited about. Oh, that was a clue you're gonna give me? But actually, things I remember reading it, I was like, oh no, wait, I read this somewhere. Also, I want to, hi Stevedore, I want to climb around more things. Do you know what I mean? Is it just me? Oh, you know what's going on right now? I know what's happening. I am,
It get cooler in here? I swear
I'm overburdened.
Way the hell up. Ellie, my mind, but it's been a while. How's that whisper muzzle working out for you?
I've got to sell some stuff.
I sold it. Didn't seem to make me any quieter.
Oh.
That mod was for your gun, not your smart mouth.
Ooh.
You want to bust my chops? Do it over drinks next time I'm on station.
Please don't mind her. Everything I sell works as advertised.
Oh.
Some people just like to sass me because I don't bite back.
Okay, well, let's see what we have for trade. And let's see if I can maybe sell some stuff. Yeah, I am a little over. So how about I'm just gonna sell a couple of things. Just one or two things, like it's not a big deal, because I look at this, I've got, oh, but these shotguns aren't worth a lot of money. Yeah, I'm gonna stop hoarding, and I'm gonna just right now, that's not it. I'm gonna just break down some stuff in my inventory. But I mean, I'm just because I don't need tactical shotgun. That looks exciting. It seems like it's better than the sawed-off shotgun. Why don't we equip this? That wasn't what I wanted. Now I'm sad. Sorry. Yeah, well, let me go and make parts. Let's do options and equip it to where the shotgun is, because that's better than the shotgun. So I've got a salvage helper, hunting rifle, tactical shotgun, and an assault rifle. So what do we got here? We've got how much does this weigh? Ugh. You can sell so many weapons, the ones with the same names. Yeah, but what I think I'm going to do is not sell them. I think I'm going to break them down so that I can get parts for them, because I feel like the parts are going to allow me to make my weapons better in the long run, which is probably better, right? This is why you have no... Probably, but I feel like... No, like this is... But they're not gonna... Parts are only for repairing. Alright, I will sell a couple weapons.
You looking to shoot targets?
Just a couple. Even though I feel like... Let's see. Making them better costs. Oh, making them better costs money. All right, let's see. We'll sell one of these. We'll sell one of those. I've got a bunch of these light pistols. And it's fine. And for armor, I don't have a lot of dupes, but I'm currently underweight, so I can just go. All right, we're gonna go to the stevedores. Waste disposal. We want to go this way. Look, I just feel like there's an entire bunch of this ship where if I go there, I'll be able to, you know, loot all sorts of things. And I'm really excited by this concept. Like, oh, I see it. I see that little, I see it. I see it. It's right there. Well, maybe that's not it. Oh, I probably should not have stolen that in front of their faces. If you go there, you won't be able to pick up more stuff you can't carry and won't sell. Look, I got rid of a bunch of stuff. Okay.
I'd say anything here falls under the salvage protocols of finders keepers.
I think so too. Let's kill this person. I'm gonna just kill a lot. Hi. Oh. Oh, I found it.
Nothing personal, I swear.
There was, you know, I had to go and reread that clue. You know, that was it. Water. I'm stealing people's clothes, everyone. Like, see, this is why I feel like it's probably not bad to steal things while I'm wandering around, because in this game, I'm also robbing people's clothes from their body, and that doesn't make you a bad guy, apparently. You can just take people's clothes. I saw my... Oh, here's the thing. That person was not going to let me talk to them. Oh, I know where I am. Let's close the store so that people can't find me. But I didn't kill McRed. We had a lovely chat, McRed and I. There was no murder. I didn't shoot him at all. We chatted. We laughed. We made friends. We had a lovely time. We laughed. We cried. Putting a gun at someone and yelling "strip" makes you a bad... Yeah, so I think killing them first and then taking their clothes doesn't make you a bad guy. Somehow. I'm not gonna defend that position too heavily. Oh, I guess what? I'm overburdened again. It's fine. I will get back to my ship and ponder this when we get there. You know, like, get back to the ship. Billie Eilish, does she want me to say... Billie Eilish has all these things to say to me, and I feel like she wants me to say that I'm the bad guy. I feel like that's what she wants me to say. Repair hanger keycard, which I don't have.
Dang, that's impressive.
It looks like you don't use your lockpicks. It looks like you have these are thresholds, which is very cool. So I was afraid that when you... Ooh, schematics. I don't need to have my gun out. I was afraid that when you picked locks, you would then use them. Prismatic hammer. Science weapon. Hammersmith was working on hammer weapon, the pulse hammer, when its rival company, Android Ballistics, stole the plans, rushed its development, and beat them to the market. all the while ridiculing Hammersmith with a marketing campaign about them having no hammers in their weapon line. Hammersmith executives demanded the ultimate hammer to be produced, but the prototype was so expensive that it never entered production. Science weapons are unique weapons that have strange and powerful effects. Science weapon damage and the strength of their effects both increase as your science skill is increased. I'm super sciencey. Well, that's awesome. We're going to... Oh. Safe? Wait, what? What is this? What is... Wait. Oh no, I'm not transferring anything to the safe. I think I just took the... Yeah, I got it. Right. I just stole a weapon. It's fine. It's fine. Also... Logs? Ooh. Entry 1. While rummaging through the back bays, I discovered a very old Hammersmith crate that seems to have been sealed for a very long time. A bit of elbow grease and determination pried it open, but I couldn't make heads or tail of my discovery, a prototype hammer. I didn't know Hammersmith actually made hammers, but I brought it to my lab for a closer look. How strangely it glows. The trail of its wake lingers even when my eyes are closed. Somebody got a little Cthulhuid here. Mystery. I've spent more time on the hammer. Its internal workings are state-of-the-art. Thermal, electrical, and chemical systems all working in harmony. How is this even possible? The weapon is a breakthrough in circuitry and engineering, and many of its systems appear rigged against tampering. There's a curious energy signature swirling about the weapon, though I've yet to identify the source. The air tastes of copper. I have lost several teeth. Troubles. I've had the most sublime, prismatic dream since I invited the hammer into my bedchamber. Never mind that for now. Good news first. The energy signature matches Blondiot's elusive N-rays, raising the hammer's elemental properties to 4: shock, plasma, corrosion, and radiation. Now for the bad. In my attempts to neuter the self-destruct functionality, I inadvertently caused a small fire. The hammer's manual controls may never function again. Swinging it seems to be the only way of cycling through its elemental modes. I must take greater care with future experiments. Annihilation. I've taken the liberty of locking myself in the workshop. My tinkerings were all for naught. This is no prototype. It's simply too flawed to recognize its perfections. I am simply too flawed to recognize its perfections. The hammer is a lesson, a symbol. It whispers to me that disorder rules all things, but with a little ambition, we can harness that power. Only by inflicting chaos upon others can we transmute disorder into harmony. That is the lesson Halcyon is not ready to hear. Might not be best to use black light on the hammer. Yeah, don't use. We're gonna just exit. That's what we're gonna do. Is there a dead body in here? Seems like there's not, but somebody's not doing well. And that's, hello, dead body. That's sad for them. Sad for them. Hello. No need. We're just gonna go through the door. It's fine. Right? Like, I'm just saying that somebody's not doing well. Somebody's not doing well at all. So here's the thing, y'all. It is, so here's the problem that I'm having right now. I know I'm just talking about you. So here's the problem that I'm having. The problem that I'm having is that there's clearly more stuff in this place. More stuff. There is so much stuff. But you know what? Here's what I will say. We're going to come back to this place after we sort of investigate some things. So rather than just tunnel experimenting right now, I'm going to go back to the ship. And we will call it because it's 3:30. I'm going to go and make some food. And
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh?
when we get back next session, next Saturday, we will go and do some errands for the Groundbreaker and then bring them back. I think that's a good choice. I mean, we'll go in because we've got basically missions to turn in on our ship, and we've got like logs to look at and people to talk to, and we've got to go and fix that relay station and figure, like, we've got some things to do that will bring us back to the Groundbreaker. And I think we'll just do that. That's what we'll do. I'm gonna make food. I'm gonna make pancakes because I'm gonna make pancakes, and they're gonna be really delicious. And that is gonna be our stream for today. So let me tell you about the things while I'm gonna have to go and save. You know, oh, that was a very nice stretch. I have.
I did not expect you back so soon, Captain.
Sure. I think I might need to sell some things. It's fine. What I've got now, I'm gonna just break down right here in front of this place, the workbench. It's what? Oh, are you kidding? My pleasure. Let me save. So let's talk. Let's talk. Here's what's up, everyone. It is Saturday, and I want to tell you where you can find me for next week. So next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be on Tavern Talks on Polished Cryptid. I will put that on my schedule. I haven't put it on there yet, but at least I don't think I have, but I will. I might have, but I have to check spelling. Anyway, so I will be on Tavern Talks, which is Polished Cryptid on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be on Tales from the Grim for The Witcher. And then Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern, I will be here for Obra Dinn. We only have 7 people left, and I have, and last time we played, I had this idea that we should check the bunks of the people that we don't know for their feet, and maybe that could tell us something, or just search their bunks more regularly. And then Friday, I don't have a stream. And then Saturday, more Outer Worlds. That's what I've got going on. What else? We've got things to do, people. We've got things to do. Oh, I know what else. I should say this. I imagine all of you here are already followers, but, oh, and I forgot. Also, I should say this. The week after, that Sunday, will be also the third and final part of Cthulhu Confidential, Capital Color with Algernon Bolden. So not tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm playing Call of Cthulhu with Karase. But the Sunday after will also be the final episode of Cthulhu Confidential. So next week is going to be Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. 5 streams for you next week. That's going to be a bunch of excitement, and we're going to get it done. What else do I want to tell you? That's exciting. We've got the French Resistance coming up soon in March. I've got some things I've got to do for that. Hardcore. You can follow along if you like, up there. Subscribe if you want to as well. I've got a Discord. If you're not a member of it, join it. I've got a Twitter, Academic Foxhole. I also have a Patreon, Academic Foxhole, which is to help pay for the streams, the RPG streams. And I'm going to put out the Patreon newsletter hopefully today, for the last month. And then you can also find the archive of all of our shows on Trooper SJP at the YouTubes. That's it. All right, I'm gonna go eat. Thank you everybody for being here. Take care of yourselves. You are all lovely, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Bye everybody.